Hi everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Today is Saturday scrap day, and we are going to be doing something I saw on somebody else's channel who gave credit to somebody else. So I actually saw this, or her version of it, on Corey Dahman's channel, and Corey gave credit to Jibid, who we don't see, sadly, often enough. She comes on every now and then, and she does spectacular work when she does. She said that she had seen it from her. Now, I'm not sure how old the video I saw from Corey was, but I did watch it recently, and so I figured I would give this a try. So I have some half sheets of paper here, more or less. And I've got some wax paper. It's just cheap wax paper. I had bought it in the dollar store. I don't know how long ago. I think I have 2 or 3 rolls of it. And I also have a piece of parchment paper, which is regular parchment paper like this, which I had crinkled up. And then all I had done for something was to ink it. So it's still got the white on the background. When I use it, I'll probably just use the do the back of this, for the pieces that I'm using. But what we're going to do is we're going to make envelopes out of scraps. So I've got my sizes here. I'm going to try to do 2 3x4s and 2 3x5s. So I need a 6x6 and a 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. I think I've got that right, and I've got my envelope board over here. So what we're going to do is we are going to try, I'm going to put down my bigger ruler. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to try to let's start with the wax paper. What I love about this wax paper is it really is almost like a glassine. I'm probably going to put this side to the inside, so the shinier glassine side is on the outside. So this is what we're going to do. What I need is, let's go, well, this is about the same size. So let's go with a 3x4 out of this paper, and I'm going to use this with it, okay? So what I want to do is I just sort of want to tear maybe on a diagonal. Let's go over this way, and I'll do that. I'm going to do it with a straight, if I can find my little straight ruler. I know I put it away. There it is. Okay, and we're going to try to just tear this. It does not have to be perfect. I'm going to tear just sort of a diagonal piece, I think. I don't know. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe I want something bigger, and it's not a big deal because I have a ton of this. All right, so let's just go up this way. See if I like that any better. And I'm going to, I need 7 1/2 or 7 1/8, which is good, which is going to be right there. It's easier if you make it smaller, but I'm going to try to make it bigger. The ones that I saw Corey make were smaller, but it's okay because all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear and place, and I'll ink this up. I'm just going to tear this into sections. And if you already have stuff that's in sections, that's great. Okay. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to see if this will work for me today. It is my dauber for my Distress Oxide, but I re-inked the pad, and it takes a while for it to get usable, seems to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and I may mix and match ink here. I don't know. We'll see. But we're just going to do that. And what I'm going to try to do is to make a piece that will be, and it doesn't matter how I piece this together, in all honesty, as long as I make a rectangle. So I want to, and I can square it off, not a problem. Let's go this way, I think. This way? We'll go this way. There we go. All right. I'm going to try to piece together. Ooh, I think I need to clean the tip. I think I do. I don't know, the pin was in it, but it doesn't seem to want to come out. All right, let's try putting the pin back in and scraping, whoops, scraping the sides a little bit. Maybe I can get what's stuck out. All right, get rid of that glue off my fingers. Let's try to bring it all the way down. I got to get rid of my bubble. I should have refilled it. Okay, here we go. That's much better. Now, I am probably going to do later what Corey wanted to do, which was to stitch hers. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to have to leave this on its side. I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down. I'm going to leave it on the side. Hopefully it'll work better. Let me get, I also inked my sponge. Don't ask me why, but I did. And it's been sitting out for a few days and it's still not having it still didn't dry out. So, but anyway. Okay, so, and we'll go over here. I'm not concerned about it, you know, being directional or anything like that. I like it better this way though. And then I'll just add more pieces. I think what I'm going to do, I'll move that over there. We'll move, this has got like a line from a book in it. Or not a line from a book, but you know, oh, I should probably ink this before I go gluing things down. I'm going to try to use my pad and see what happens. Because I'm actually using up a little bit of what's been in this sponge. Time for a new sponge, I think. Gotta go see if I have any more. Should. I'm just gonna tear this right here because it's got a little too much real white from the edge, like a straight line from the edge of the paper. Okay. So I'm saying 7 and 8. I could do 6 by 6 on this one because this one, oops, this was a smaller piece of paper. So let me get rid of that. Let me go ahead and put this down. I'm going to put it on an angle. I think I'm going to bring it up. Try to get that even up here more or less. I'm going to put that on an angle right along here. Okay. Oh, I was going to have this, the shiny side out. Oh, well. Next one. For goodness sakes. All right, we're going to bring that right up here. Because once this is all down, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to tear that. Bring that over this way because I'm going to put another piece of waxed paper, I think, here. And I'm not worried about tearing it. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down here. And what I'm just trying to do here is sort of just go ahead and make a squarish, somewhat squarish piece of paper that I will trim evenly. And this is very easy, I'm sure, with smaller pieces, you know, smaller scrap pieces. And I'm making bigger envelopes because I just wanted to make them a little bit bigger. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pull that off of there. Stick that way. I'm going to put the, oops, another edge. And if there's an edge here, it means there's probably an edge here. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to put this in here like that. Okay, this way. No, I like it that way better. Much better, actually. Wish I had. I'll try to come in and ink this edge a little bit if I can. It's actually lifting up, but I don't really mind that either, but I'll probably glue it down. Okay, we're going to go right across this edge. Gotta remember to leave this on its side. Even if it leaks out a little bit, I think it's better than waiting. Just waiting on it and waiting on it. Okay, so let's go there. So I'm just piecing these together, and I'm trying to come up with, it's more than enough. That's enough. So I think what I'll do, and I want to make a nice rough edge of this, if I can, without making it too small. If that's possible. And I do like having the edges of these pieces done with the ink. So I'm going to lift this up and put this piece in here. I'm going to kind of match it to that. There we go. All right, that's good there. We'll put that piece there. And then we're going to put this piece, I think, this way. Actually, I want to bring that down a little. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Well, I like it like that. That looks pretty nice. Okay, so we'll go along here. Okay, and just want to bring it up here. All right, that's good. That's good. Now, you put that over here. I'm going to just stick it over my coaster a little bit in case it does leak. Hopefully it'll be easy to peel up. All right, so I need to glue this part down. And we want to get this part down. We want everything good and flush. All right, what I'm going to try to do now is hopefully, more than enough here. I have enough there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in spite of the fact that this cutter, I am going to stand this up for right now, that this cutter needs a new blade on it. But at the moment, I don't know where I put them. Of course I don't. All right, so we're going to come here. I'm going to try to make a straight edge out of this. Okay. Just a straight edge if I can. I want to make sure that I have about 6 inches. If I have to make it smaller, what's my smaller size? If I do a paper size, I'm over here at 5.5 and 5.5. That's good. Let's go 5.5 and 5.5. That way I'm sure that, just trying to get that in there. I want to make sure, and it's okay if I cut it a little wonky, you know, like I'm not worried about, I just want to get it square. Well, rectangular. Anyway. All right, so, oops, let me bring this down so I could see this better. I just want to get up against that. I'm going to take this piece off. Okay, I'm going to turn this way so I can cut this side. I said 6, right? 6 by 6 gives me a 3 and a 3 by 4 envelopes. That's what we're going to do. All right. We'll cut that piece off, and I'll glue all of that down in a minute. Okay. I'm still a little off. That's all right, because I can fix it. I can fix it. Oh, I can fix it as soon as I do this. I'm going to do it over on this side because this is a little straighter. Okay. I want to do all of this. I can go back and ink it again once I cut the edges off. So, kind of like, oops, a little bit more in here. A little bit more. There we go. I think I'm getting more on my finger than I'm getting on the piece here. So was this my 6? It was. So all I'm looking for is to cover that. Okay. Let's try to get this this glue to come back down. Okay. Let me get along there. Now, I've never done these before, and like I said, I'm going to take this out of here because I don't want glue on this. I don't know how easily it'll clean off of there. So I want to cover that little dent that I've got. Try to bring that up this way. Let's pull that over some. So I have that even, and there it is. Okay. Now, it's looking a little patchy, and I'm just going to go ahead and tear this piece off because I no need to glue it down. I'll glue this one down just because it's on, like it's stuck. I really can't get it off, so, well, I can, but I don't want to try, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and trim this edge. I'm curious to see how this turns out. Okay, so we've got that. Throw that part away. All right, I'm going to put this down here. We're going to go ahead. Let me put my stopper in my glue. I might be able to use that. And we're going to go here, and the 6 by 6, my score line is 2. I can't see that. I think it's 2 5/8. So we're going to go under here to 2 and my eyes, guys, to 2 5/8. Okay. We're going to punch it, and we're going to score it. Okay. And then we're going to turn that, try to find my score line. It's a bit of a difficulty for me. So I think I'm going to have to pick this up just so that I can see. It used to be easier for me. Not so easy anymore. I think I've got it. I think I'm in the right place. Okay. Score this. And this is kind of getting a little stuck because it's gluey. It's gluey. Okay, and oh, that's all right. I'll trim out that little piece later, you know, cut that so it looks better. But I had just glued it, so it's not happy with me. I'm doing this just so that I can kind of see the score line better, guys. I see some places where I need to glue. Let me go ahead and do that. so that I don't pull it up. I should probably just leave this on its side. I had made a promise to myself that I was going to remember to refill my glue. Not every time I did a video, but anytime when the glue was getting to the point where it was, you know, maybe about a third of the way down in the bottle. And I keep forgetting because I just go from one project to another. So nice and gentle on this wax paper part. Nice and gentle. That one I can see, oddly enough. Okay, do that. And go ahead and do that one there. Now, before I go off unfolding this, and I don't want to, at least I don't think I want to glue it, though my edges are pretty raggedy. Let me move this out of the way. Let's go ahead and fold this up. I see a little spot I can glue. But I'll fold that for the moment. And fold that. I may go ahead and glue this because my edges are kind of raggedy. I may go ahead and just glue it down. Make sure that that's lining up. I think that can come in a wee bittage more. There we go. Okay. And then we'll fold that one down like so. And I've got a little edge right there, which I'm not going to worry about. I'm not going to try to glue it. I'm just going to trim it. And that is the envelope. How cool is that? So I don't think I have a card nearby, but if you, let's just use this. This is my little Post-it. Okay. You can put that inside and see what that would look like if you had a card inside, how pretty that would be. So isn't that a neat idea? I think that's, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down, honestly, because you know what I'm going to do too, I think, is just fold this one. I'm going to fold it down, make it more even with the, what do you call it here? Okay, I'm just going to glue that right down there like that. Like that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put some glue here, a little there, and we'll put some glue there. Okay, and glue that side down, and go ahead and do the same thing right here. Certainly, whoops, you certainly don't need much. You do not. Okay, there you go. And there is that envelope done. So that, I think, is very cute. Very cute. Liking that. All right. Okay, let's go here. Hang on a minute. I want to try to make this one a little less torn. If I want to do a 3x5 envelope. Now this one, I think I want to do, let's do that one. I'm going to put this over, excuse me, I'm going to put this over here. Put that, just slide that over that way. Okay, so I think what I want to try to do maybe with this one is, instead of tearing this, I think I'm going to cut it. This should be interesting because it's thin. I'm going to cut it to the 7 1/8 by 7 1/8 because I know I have it in this piece. Not on this one I won't. Well, yes, on this one I can. So I could just pull that out. get that up. I'm at the wrong angle. There we go. So we're looking at 7 1/8. Okay. I only had 2. You know what? Let me just make it a little longer. And that way I'm sure I can trim it straight from the other side. Put that to the side here. Okay. And I'm just kind of squaring it off, guys, first. Is what I'm trying to do. Okay. Let's go 7 1/8, give or take. Okay. All right. Whoops. There it is. And 7 1/8 this way. Let's hope I haven't messed it up. All right. And then this side needs to be straight. Good. I think I'm all right. Hoping I'm relatively square. Let's hope. All right. That should be pretty good. So let me put this away here. Let me just measure to make sure. This looks pretty good. So it actually comes out to 7 1/4. Oh wait, 7 1/8. Did I do 7 1/4? That's pretty close. All right, pretty close. Pretty close is good, I hope. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to go ahead, knowing that this is the way the envelope's gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do what? I'm just going to, let me get this tear ruler. I'm gonna try to tear an edge here. Okay. And what I'm gonna try to do is just sort of go this way, a little on an angle, if I can. Like so. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's go a little in. Whoops. Okay. So I was thinking like this. Okay, and then let's go ahead and see about making this one a little bit bigger, like so. And I'm gonna keep the edges square anyway, or straight, I should say, so wouldn't worry about that. So let me do it then with this. I don't mind it a little rough, but oh, you know what? Let me pull that down a little bit because I'm hanging off the end. No hanging off the end. All right. So this is just another way to do this. And again, I can trim this. That is not a problem. Get that back where I wanted it there. Get that back where I want it here. I am still recording. Yes, I just ran the chair over my toe. Ah! Okay. I'm gonna try to tear this little guy. I'm never successful. Like I said, I'm never successful. All right, let's just put these over here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this then is I'm gonna glue this one down. The whole thing. I'm using the parchment paper as the base. And I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this. It doesn't matter if I got a little glue on there, it really doesn't. Oh, you know what I didn't do, which I should do, is ink those edges. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. All right, I gotta try to hold this somewhere where I can go ahead and ink the edges that are going to be down against the envelope. I'm just gonna get glue on my fingers. That's all there is to that. Okay, that's what I want to see, is those edges. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down. Try to match up those bits. Okay, good. A little higher. That'll be fine. All right. Trying to clean the glue off my fingers now that I've made such a mess. All right, I had another piece. Oh, that was this one, and it's going to go this way. So let me get a little bit more. I'm going to do it without the glue on the back this time. Hooray for me. Okay, figured that one out. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stand up and check my time here. Good, okay. Alrighty. Okay, I'll go around the edges of these when I've got it glued down. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Curious to see how this comes out as well. Come on. I'll get this glued down. Okay. Okay, that should be sufficient. Lay it on its side. I'm gonna line this up as best as I can. The bottom edge. Ooh, it's more than tall enough. All right. More than tall enough. Okay. I'm gonna bring it in a little more, I think. That's what I love about this glue. That is what I love about it. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. So we have that. Let's go ahead and trim this. I'm not too much of a hurry, I think, to get rid of these edges, honestly. Because I had cut this to size, basically, before I laid the other paper over it, thought that makes it a little quicker. I'm gonna try to do this one down this way because that's a little harder to do. You gotta go back and glue these little edges down, these little corners. Got a big wad of glue on my finger right there. I got my glue eraser over here. Tell you, I have used it on the paper, but you know, when I get something somewhere where I don't want it, mostly because I use the 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac, but really I'm getting the 3-in-1 lately. Because I use that, it really does just roll off your fingers if you play with it, but sometimes you still get, you know, that little bit of residue, and that takes it right off. And it does usually roll off the paper. If you haven't waited too long, it will roll off the paper as well. So let me just get these corners. There is a little bit on there, but mostly I think it was because I was trying to glue it, ink it after I had put the glue on it. So try to get that. How's these corners? Let's lift that up. I think it's just not quite ready to dry yet. Sometimes it just takes a minute. I tell you, my hands get so filthy between the glue and the ink. I look at all these people. I mentioned this before, with these perfectly manicured hands. And I'm like, how do you do it? How do you not get yourself full of glue like me? I'm gonna use my glue eraser. Clean my fingers off a little. Everything sticks to me when I do this, and you're trying to put it down and you can't let go of it because it's sticking to you because you're covered with glue. Well, I am anyway. So that helps. Okay, let's put that over there. I may have to come back in here, which I can do. The little art glitter, I think. And I'm going to bend this backwards just to, yeah, it's not much. I think I got it out. Did I get it out? Nope, my art glitter didn't come out. You get a pin and clean that out. There we go. Sometimes it just, even though you put the covers on them, I think sometimes there's just enough left in the little spout and just enough air gets in, and yeah. Okay, so let's see what we get with this one. This should be interesting. All right, I do need to cover this as soon as I find my pin. Okay. All right, so this was, what did I say this one was? 7 1/8, right? So 7 1/8. My score line is going to be 2 3/4. So let's put you in here, and I've got to wiggle this one in because of the parchment. 2 3/4. I think I can see that one. So we punch and we score. Okay. Now, if you make, if you don't have a punch board like this, you can do this simply by folding in the corners diagonally. Let me show you on something it needs to be square, okay? So let's try to make this squarish. That's almost squarish. But if you fold in corners like so, okay, try to do it like along a ruler or something so that it's straight. This may be a little wonky, but you fold, here we go. Fold your corners in like this. Square piece of paper, turn it diagonally, fold in one side, and then fold up here. Okay, you don't get the nice little notches, but you still get an envelope, and then you can fold it that way down like so, and you still have an envelope. Okay, this is just a little one, but you still have an envelope. You just have to start square. That's the easiest way. You might be able to, let me pull this back. You might be able to do it on a rectangle as well, though I don't know that I've ever tried a rectangle. Might have, can't remember. Tough getting older. Okay, let's do that one. And again, I've got to try to find my line here. Okay, I'm going to hold this up, guys, so I can find my line. I'm not good at angles anymore. I can't, the depth perception isn't, you know, what I would need it to be. Things don't appear in the right places for me anymore. So, okay. Oh, I did this, but I didn't. And I'm off a little on this one, but that's okay. All right. If I need to trim, I can trim, because this wasn't exactly, I think, 7 1/8 all the way around. All right, so let's go ahead. And this is where I've got an issue right there, which I'll cut later. And this one, I'm going to bring it in here. Here, where's my bone folder? Love the sound of these. Okay, and all I'm going to do here is just trim that. When I get to it, I'll just use my scissors and trim that. Okay, we're going to bring that one up and that one up. Okay. Love these sounds. And I did do this one, right? Yep, here it is. Okay, where is it? Where is me fold? All right, there and there, I believe. Okay, and this is where I need to trim, right here. So I was a little off, and that can actually come down there. Okay, and then I'll go back and trim this again. Just this little, I'm gonna just try to round this corner the slightest little bit, and then trim up. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I really need to try to find a, let me see if I can find a card or something that I can slide in there. What do I have over here? Looking through this big mess that I have. Golly, I don't have anything right here. I really would like to see what it looks like with something, you know, flowery inside of it. Oh, you know what, here, let me just do this real quick. I don't think this will fit, but let me get I can cut one of these out quickly. Here we go. All right, let's do this one. I'm just gonna cut this out quick. It's just a photo, but it's a neat one. And if you use the envelope sideways, like I said, this is just so that we can kind of get an idea of what it looks like when there's a card of some type inside. So let's see that. And I think we'll be good with this video. So it gives you an idea of what to do. Now, I do like piecing the pieces together. It works easier if you're making a smaller envelope. I broke my small board like that. So, all right, so we're gonna turn this around and we're gonna put it in this way. Now I'll glue this down, but we're gonna put this in this way. Okay, kind of center it. And you really can't see. You really can't see their faces. Let me turn it the other way. Maybe you can see their faces a little bit better. It doesn't work so great with photographs, guys, but it would probably work pretty well with something else. So let me fold this, get this and fold this down. Okay, I think this is a little off. A wee bit. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, many times. Okay, let's just fold that this way. And I can fold that a little bit more. Bring that one up a little bit more. I think that's fine. My glue. I like folding the tab under because it gives it just a little bit more reinforcement, you know? Okay. So we're going to go ahead here. Hopefully I'm in frame. And here. Okay. And here. Even the sound while I'm holding it to glue it. Such a great sound. My goodness, it's such a great sound. Okay, this, because of the waxed consistency of the parchment paper, will take a few minutes to dry, I'm sure, but there is that envelope. How cool is that? So what did I do with my other little guy? Let's move that out of the way. Here's my other one. So here's the little one that I did. Okay, and here's the bigger one that I did. And these are the backs. How neat are these? I love that. I love that. I really do. These are awesome. And then you can always decorate them. You can put little decorations on or whatever. I'm not going to do that right now, but that would be the idea. So that is really cool. I'm loving these little envelopes made from parchment paper, waxed paper, and just bits of scrap. So, so, so pretty. Really loving that. Okay, so that's it then for today, guys. In the meantime, be safe, be happy, and be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Bye-bye.